been fair.
I can't with her. I can't. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the MLO Bros. Isaac and I are here. That's Isaac. I'm Luke. That's Joe. He's kind. You're kind of like an MLO bro. Is Joe an MLO bro yet? Like, what makes him?
He's my step bro.
They have the step.
I'm the step bro.
Step bro.
What are you doing? What are you doing, step bro?
Step bro. Joe is here. Is step bro BJ in the back?
Every now and then, our water is over behind to Luke's left. Joe catches me filling up my water every now and then. He's just real close behind me. And he's like, I'm like, what are you doing, step bro?
Can you?
Oh my God!
I'm joystick it a little bit to the left.
Oh my God! I'm stuck in this water thing.
Oh no,
Step bro!
Nose
I'm
out of it.
stuck.
There
I'm stuck getting water. What am I gonna do?
So, a couple things. So, at 9:45 today, Mahoning County Engineer Pat Ginnetti is coming in after we talked a bunch of shit. When was that? Was that Friday last week?
To be fair, we didn't talk shit. We said that Western Reserve
Was
is
a nightmare.
a nightmare, which it is.
That's fair.
I'm telling you that you are gonna really like Pat Ginnetti.
I can tell
you
just
guys
from
are
his
gonna get
email.
along with him because he is no bullshit kind of guy.
Good.
We were talking just before we went live that you reached out to him and said, "Hey, you want to come on?" Immediately responded.
Yeah,
It's almost like they know who we are.
they do because I always started with, "Hey, we're the MLO Bros. Not sure if you know who we are."
Yeah.
And immediately, like all
He
the
said,
elected
"I know who the show is. I've heard it's good stuff, and
so,
I'd love to come on."
So it was good. So he's coming on at 9:45. We're gonna ask him questions. We'll ask there's a lot of misinformation, Joe, about what, and we've talked about this before, what like the engineers do,
His roles and responsibilities are.
what he does, the roads, because I thought 170 was a county road. It's not. It's a state road.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit. And I was gonna come in and yell at him about it. So gunshot? No, it's a security guard. So that's it. So
that's at 9:45.
9:45. I had to leave a little room because we got to talk about Frenchko.
Okay.
Did you see her OnlyFans page?
I think it's genius.
Did you see it?
I did.
It was pretty freaking slick.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give her credit.
She took one out of the old MLO Bros freaking marketing handbook because we've done similar stuff. People antagonize us. People call us. They call us names. They'll call us the worst podcast on the internet. We used that. That was our first thing that we used.
She went in,
to form our identity on the internet, which is the worst podcast on the internet.
She went, like I always like to say, it's like when you're spinning out in the snow, you go into the turn. She went into the turn, and she took our clip
from our show
from Denny Malloy.
Yeah. So Denny Malloy said something about
Dave Joyce, who she's running against, said something about her naked photos in Florida or whatever it was.
Well, she was in the Caribbean,
whatever,
St. Thomas or whatever it was, on a nude beach, and she saw some Youngstown folks, and she posted a picture. So then she took that and said, "I'm starting an OnlyFans," and got a bunch of attention.
Yeah, the news all picked it up.
Everybody picked it up, and
about exposing.
Yeah, exposing. Right. So then she took that. It's not actually an OnlyFans. It is called only NikI or Only Frenchko, and it's her campaign page that you follow the link. You go to the campaign,
and she lists a bunch of stuff that she says she's going to do. And
which it's the GoDaddy. Remember the old GoDaddy commercials where they used to show some hot chick and they'd be like, "Go to the link to see it," and it's just a GoDaddy. Yeah, it's like a marketing ploy to get you to click on the link.
Definitely, but I'm going to give her credit. I really am. Now, I don't agree with anything she does or says, and I think a lot of that stuff she's putting up there that she's going to do, like guns and all this stuff. Yeah, I do a ball check. Like, she's just doing that to get a
But it's good marketing. You're getting attention.
Everybody, love her or hate her, they went to that freaking page,
dude. And all this is a trial run for if she does lose, she can make so much money on an actual OnlyFans page. Like, dude,
she's not bad looking.
No,
really isn't.
And the thing is, she wore that dress, and that when she said she was making an OnlyFans page, and the girls were out. Listen, it's smart. It's not stupid.
Yeah,
you're playing to your old timer voters that are definitely. Yeah.
You go into the
biologically. When he says the girls are out, he means the fun bags. Just so everybody knows.
Listen. I'm pretty sure there are some primal voters out there that are willing.
Dude, if you go into her comments, it's all old creepy guys. Like, I love her. She's hot.
They're gonna vote for her. I think primal instincts are gonna kick in, and they're gonna be like, "Listen, do I even know who the other guy is? No. Do I know NikI? Yes, I do."
He's up. I looked at the thing. It's like up north. It's like right middle of Youngstown split in the north is the area. But like, I'm not even sure some of the stuff she's saying on her page, like she can even do. She's like the power to do.
Manny said this chick put her cooter on Facebook, but you're a creep if you comment on it. No, I don't think she put her cooter on Facebook. I'm pretty sure she has been clothed in all of her pictures.
Cooter on Facebook.
But no, I'm not. I mean, there are some questionable characters commenting that I don't think they really care much for the politics.
No.
If that's an assumption, it is what it is.
So, anyways, we had people saying like, you guys should have her on the show. Listen, we have asked her on the show. She is asked to come on the show. We are having a little bit of an issue here with her because she wants to try and control everything. Imagine that.
Dude, she's called me. She called me twice last night at 9 o'clock at night. Okay.
Did you pick up?
No, I didn't pick up. It's 9 o'clock at night. Okay. I've had phone conversations with her before. And the problem with NikI is I'll be like, okay, the show's Tuesday and Friday at 9 a.m. And she'll tell me, well, I'm not a morning person. It's like, okay, can we do a little later? Or I don't like Tuesday and Friday because I'm busy. It's like, no, NikI, we're not changing the show. Well, we do it on Tuesdays and Fridays at 9 a.m.
She wanted a list of questions we're going to ask her. I'm like,
yeah.
Do you think we have a list of freaking questions?
And then last night she messaged me on Facebook, I think it was.
Like, no.
And she said that like you need to be more. She said something along the lines of, if you're willing to be more fair, I'd love to come on the show. I'm like, when have we not been fair to you, NikI? Like, what are you talking about? We've not been fair.
I think
because we had Malloy on here and Malloy was talking. Is that what's not fair? I don't
think fair is the right word. Critical. We've been very critical of her.
So then she said the same thing. She left me a voicemail and she said, I'm free on Thursday. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna lose my mind.
We will have you come in on any Tuesday or Friday at 9:30. You walk in and we ask you questions about whatever we want. That's how this works. Pat Ginnetti, Mahoning County Engineer, is coming in here, invited him in. He said, sure, that's how you do it. We're not giving you any sort of hints or clues.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't even know what I would ask you.
Right.
So that's just the way this works.
Jimmy says, is this legitimately going to be risky? Risque?
No, not risque.
Risque.
That's a cue.
Or is she just doing this for publicity? Has anyone actually seen the site? It goes to her running page. So it's literally just a play on words and a play on the
she
platform.
probably got 1 million views because
she got so many views. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, she probably got 1 million.
She should make one.
Huh?
She should make one and just put pictures of her. Like, she should make a legitimate OnlyFans. Not put a paywall up and just put pictures of her like running points. Like, just to see if she could bait people into paying, because they totally freaking will.
Yeah.
And then like do one of those OnlyFans where you can't see what the actual pictures are unless you subscribe.
Then
just do like her political
OnlyFans doesn't have to be naked, right?
No, I'm gonna start one, put my feet up there.
You don't have to be naked.
You do not.
No.
See, I've never been down.
But I have a feeling that works. Being naked.
Do you think it's gonna help more?
Yes. Yeah.
What if,
dude? She doesn't even have to be naked. She can just put picture like. People would pay it just to see if she might be naked.
That's true. Is there a dad bod thing in?
I'm gonna start an OnlyFans and just do.
Can we do an OnlyFans?
You can do whatever.
How about an MLO Bros like a firefighter, like a calendar, fundraising calendar? Where we're like
us dressed up as firefighters,
like holding the giant.
Like what is that? Chuck and Larry. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, and they do the gay firefighter thing.
That movie is hysterical, by the way.
Yeah.
I wonder how long before she gets a cease and desist for copyright infringements for the logo.
But if you're able to land her on the show, that will be fireworks. So I
get so many people.
I encourage you.
I'm trying, man.
I will set the temperature at her preference. Yeah. I will deliver green M&Ms whenever she wants.
It's like the hot girl that you go on a date with that knows she's hot, and you're like, hey, I'll pick you up at 8. And she's like, no, we're doing 9. And it's like, okay, sure, we're doing 9. It's like, no, I'm not doing this.
She's on the line.
Let's call. Please, NikI, let's talk to you, NikI. It's 9 a.m. Isn't it a little early? Isn't it a little early, NikI?
Caller, you're on the line. Who are you and where are you from?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Totally.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, this is NikI. Naked NikI. Hello.
Hi, Naked NikI. How are you?
It's not early. Let's be let's be honest. I tried to come on. You guys said okay, but it was only one day, and it was right after I got back from St. Martin last year. And I've been asking to come on. Are you going to have me or not?
Nikki, we had a phone conversation.
You tell me the day.
We had a phone conversation, and I told you the days and the times, and you said that it was too early. It doesn't matter, Nikki. I want you to come on the show.
Yep.
No, I have it all screen recorded. Okay. I have it all screen recorded, but if you guys want to have me, that's great.
Yes.
Tell me when.
I'd love to hear the recording.
Next
I'm not a liar.
Tuesday at 9:30 in Youngstown. How's your schedule? Or Friday, Tuesday or Friday next week? Just gotta look at her schedule.
Okay, wait. Let me look. I have a crazy calendar.
Do you
This
have
6 county thing is wild. You're all over the place. Tuesday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tuesday's good.
Tuesday at 9:30? No pre-questions. You come in. We will be super nice to you. We promise. We'll just ask you questions. I mean, we're going to talk about everything, though. We're going to talk about the county stuff when you were commissioner. We're going to talk about all that. Is that cool?
Well, I'm not there anymore. I'm past that. I'm hopeful that you're not going to focus on years ago, but
no, I mean, we're going to focus about some of the controversy. I mean, you have to talk.
Yeah, well, I can say I've seen some of your programs, and you allow people to kind of lead the direction. I'm just hoping that you'll treat me as equally and fairly as you do when you have other guests. You know?
I think that we ask our guests if things happen in their past. We ask about those as well as the future because that is what got you here.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be fair. We'll be totally fair. I mean, we will totally be fair.
Okay.
We'll let you talk shit
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's
We'll be fair, and we'll let you talk shit about Malloy, just like he talks shit about you too.
Even the way I did my little teaser video, if you saw it, where I put the clips in.
Yeah.
I made sure that it was fair. I cut it out. I didn't say his name in anything. He's got a race to run. Go on that race. And I'm trying to stay in my lane, let people decide. They're going to make their decisions. I mean, at the time when I was getting beat up, it would have
lost you. You there?
The importance of the Mahoning Valley we haven't had anyone from the Mahoning Valley in how long,
Yeah. So, okay. Well, we're in. So 9:30. Isaac will text you the address. Now, listen, we're gonna be live when you walk in because we're gonna do the intros and stuff. So the mic will be live, and then when you walk in, so don't come in here.
9:30.
9:30.
Okay.
Isaac will text you the address. Walk in. Okay. It'll be live. We'll sit you down. We'll talk, and yeah, it'll be good.
Are you gonna put it on the Only Nikki's page? I'm just asking because if you are, I could wear something tight if you wanted to.
There's another page on there. Did you guys unlock it? It doesn't cost a lot of money. Like you could put any amount to unlock the second page. Did you see that?
No.
Wait. Wait, you have to pay money to unlock?
No. So you go to the thing and then there's we're here. So you donate and it opens up more. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That is freaking smart. See,
Nikki,
it's
the very bottom.
I'm gonna give her credit.
She's using it like an OnlyFans.
I'm going to give you credit for this.
Smart.
I was impressed with this one.
Listen, if it's going to be in the unlockable content, I'm going to wear something low cut. I'm going to show off. I'm going to show off the chest a little bit.
I think it's a good move, Isaac.
I'll wear something tight. I'll push them up.
I mean,
I'll tell you.
My man,
give the people what they pay for. So,
no, the people when I was in St. Martin, I had Dave Joyce like screenshotting my stuff in St. Martin and sending it to people here. He was so afraid that I was going to file against him. I don't even understand why. The guy's got millions of dollars, and I'm just, me over here in Warren, Ohio, But I knew they were going to use those things against me. And when it's like Eminem, someone's going to use something against you, then just flip it and give it right back, the old ram jam, and then and then take the wind out of their sails. So that's just what I believe in doing is, being clever, thinking outside the box. When you don't have as much money to run a campaign, you have to be clever and creative.
Right.
So that's what we did. We're trying to get the message out. But just click on there. I don't expect you to give a major donation, but like even like a $5 or something, and you'll get to see the next page.
Right.
It's pretty good. I think it's
what's
good.
on the next
I
page?
mean, hey, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but
May I ask? May I ask what's on the next page? What's behind the paywall?
yeah.
What's on it?
What's behind the paywall? What's behind the $5? What
if she doesn't?
What do I get for
She doesn't
$5?
say you have to pay. I'm going to be
Well,
disappointed.
you get. You know what? I made a mistake by. I apologize for not getting your email address. If you want, I'll send you our press release.
Yeah,
and then you can see what it describes everything. If someone will send me your email address, or
it's
it's
the MLO Bros at gmail.com.
Yep.
The MLO Bros at gmail.com. Anybody can email us. Yep, it's an easy one. But NikI, I will give you credit, and here's the credit I will give you in how you relate to us. You are not the average politician, just like we are not the average loan officer and real estate agent. And we do things that they call what would it be? Not conventional.
Unconventional?
Yeah, unconventional. Yeah, unconventional. And that's how we get our business. That's how you're getting your voters. And they don't like it because we don't play the game the same way that they do. And we get more attention than they do. I don't even know who the guy is you're running against at this point.
You're right.
So they don't like that.
You're right. And the truth, no, the truth is because you're fearless. When you act in a way that other people don't, you're unpredictable, and it makes others nervous.
Yeah.
And I understand that completely.
And whether it's right or wrong, it's still courageous because they're not doing it. So it's different and you stand out, and, we'll see what happens. But we'll talk more about this when you come on next week or whenever we can get you locked down.
Tuesday, 9:30.
But thanks,
All right,
NikI.
thanks,
We'll
NikI.
see you. We'll see you around.
Okay. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Oh, this is going to be epic.
All these people saying that she's nobody wants to see her. I think she's proving you wrong.
Here's the deal. And for those of you who are like, oh my God, don't give her airtime, Peg saying that, we have to approach this in a way where you have people, everybody talk and everybody make a decision. Does that make sense? Like, you can't just say, we're not having her on. We know there's all kinds of historical issues with her, with the leadership, with the thing. But again, it's like, you got to have her on.
Right. I don't, and the people who say, those people drive me crazy, that are like against free speech, that are like, no, you can't give them a platform. You can't let them talk. Even if it's Adolf Hitler, let him say what he wants to say, and then use logic to decide that that's not the right way of doing things.
That's kind of the way most.
So stop trying to say, don't give them a platform, and trying to deplatform people. And I say, like the good old COVID days,
and let them hang themselves. Right?
Let them explode. Watch the goddamn train wreck unfold.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let them. Yeah, I sent money and put my mom's email. Boy, is she for a surprise! Yeah, I mean,
she's gonna make so much.
We're gonna piss some people off having her on here.
I don't care,
but I don't care because it's like, why would we not? Like you said, if Adolf Hitler himself called me right now, I was like, hey, I'd like to come on. I let him come on.
Oh, that's a great idea. BJ from the back room says you guys need to donate on air and describe.
We'll do that Friday. Let's do that Friday.
Yeah.
Prep. What do you think? You think NikI's gonna come on?
I just visited it. How much did you
pay?
do with $5?
No,
I didn't pay. $5 is all it takes?
That's what she's at?
Because you have to type that in. The minimum one's 25. I'm not paying 25 for it.
Good for her. $25, bro.
See,
You know some of these greasy old dudes up in northeastern Ohio are paying that shit.
Yep.
And they're like, damn.
I can't.
I want to see the complaint emails from people saying, hey, I paid and there's nothing on there except stupid
shut up the briefcase.
on Tuesday when she comes on, BJ, on Tuesday when she comes on, can we take the video that Isaac and I made in the backyard? Remember that video? And that's how we open the show when she comes on, because
so good.
That was one of the best ones we've ever done.
I'm stealing one of my wife's sports bras and I'm wearing it on Tuesday.
She really is intelligent and creative brand of crazy in a good way. If you see it stays tired as an option too. Yeah, see entitled. Yeah, the dog thing. Yeah, she's gonna get pissy when we talk about her past. I guarantee it.
I don't care.
I don't
because we're gonna talk about
You have
But
to
we
talk
want to
about
talk about.
shit.
There's no restricted questions.
But you have
That's
to
not
talk
how.
about stuff. Like you said,
Guys,
you
shut up. We got it booked.
Right.
You're gonna ruin it if you keep going. So
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
All right.
You're right, Joe. As
Hey,
per usual.
all right.
That's right.
So Pat Ginnetti's coming in at 9:45.
Who is and Pat Ginnetti is the Mahoning County Engineer.
Yeah. So everybody, stay tuned.
So
for this.
all the roads. If everybody want to complain about potholes, we can complain to him, right? That's who we complain to.
Well, it depends on.
Oh
the
my
road.
goddamn mailbox.
That would be him
Yeah.
because that's a county road. You're on a county road.
You put the shittiest mailbox you could possibly find up. Dude, the pole wasn't even in the ground. It was they drove a stake,
This
a
is the
metal
guy-
stake
yeah,
in
you
the
did
ground,
bitch to him
and then
about
they
it.
put
Yeah.
a wood post, attached it to
This-
the post. The post wasn't even in the ground.
Yeah.
It was like freaking a weeble wobble.
You will be on her hit list if you start edit. Dude, we've been on her hit list. Okay, let me tell you what.
She called us uneducated, and then we made a video about it, which got hundreds of thousands of views. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
It was some of our
Hit
best work.
list. Good luck. Do you know how many hit lists? Do you know how many people try and take us out every day on the internet and Facebook? Good freaking luck. Good luck.
so much that if I'm sitting by you, I feel a little bit more in danger than when I.
Well, I'm not
get
even.
to the
Yeah.
end of
Well, I'm not even talking about like that's eventually going to happen
Yeah.
where we're going to die martyrs. But I'm not talking about that.
that. Not today, please.
Not today. I'm not talking about dying martyrs.
And by the way, guys, she said she screen recorded our phone conversations. And you say she's so smart and such a genius. When you screen record, it doesn't record the audio.
Well, she could be using like another phone or something.
She could be using. She'd have to
Like
use a
her
third
iPad.
phone,
Guys,
or
I
there's
told
a
you we booked
recording
it.
audio
We
app.
booked it. Would you
Stop.
stop?
We're going to
Sorry.
ruin it.
Would you stop? If you get a cancellation call, I am blaming this moment right
She's
now.
she's flaky.
Just stop.
Already flaky.
Okay. Cool flex, bro. Cool flex, bro.
I think he was talking. I think
He's
he was talking to
100%. He's been doing it like he did it yesterday too.
Cool flex, Joe.
There it is. Commercials. Let's do it.
R.I.P.
Before Giannetti comes on, do our commercial. So we have 4 sponsors now.
Listen, guys. I don't know if you consider this big time or not,
We're making
but we have 4 sponsors. This is a new record. People, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how we got here. It's all been a freaking whirlwind, but we got 4 sponsors. So let's take some time and talk about our 4 sponsors, these local companies that have decided
Is he
to.
going to script read on
No,
us
I'm
again?
doing the one that he did. I'm going to do the one
No
he sent
script reading.
Okay, you go first, Luke.
because that was so bad.
You go. What you're doing, Sonner?
No, I'm going to do the one you sent me.
Okay.
Did you text it to me?
Yes, I did. I'll start. BJ, pull up Sonner Solutions,
Go
our
ahead,
first
you do that
sponsor.
one.
I'll start with Sonner.
Do that one.
Our boy, Josh Sonner, Sonner Solutions, wildlife removal. There's his phone number, 330-980-1572. He specializes in wildlife removal, residential, commercial, whatever it is. Basically, what this company is he will come in. If you have a raccoon or some kind of wildlife in your attic, rodent, whatever it may be, you call him. He comes out to your property. He helps remove the wildlife. He actually helped me personally with one of my listings. We had bats in the attic. He was able to go in, remediate the bat poop, spray an antibacterial, and then close off all of the entry points in that attic. So really, really cool company. Luke, do you want to do the next one?
Yes, ready?
Yeah.
Symbolic podcast write-up.
Symbolic Creations.
This episode is sponsored by Symbolic Creations, wedding photographers and videographers serving Northeast Ohio. Your wedding day goes by fast, but the memories don't have to. Symbolic Creation focuses on capturing real moments, the emotions, the details, and everything in between, along with stunning drone coverage that adds a whole new perspective to your day, so your story can be told for a lifetime.
We are also
I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry.
If you're planning your big day, visit symboliccreations.com and see how they bring weddings to life. www.symboliccreations, that's symbolic with a K, and 330-261-6409.
You know what we should do? We
Have
should
him do
hire
an
him.
OnlyFans.
We should hire him. Yeah, do an OnlyFans of us pulling our butt apart.
It wasn't really going to go that far.
No. We should do like a wedding video of us like walking into the podcast.
Oh my
Like, you know
God,
how
yes.
they do like reading of the vows and stuff, like us walking in one by one, sitting down, and then
he's
reading information about one another.
Early. Come on in.
We have 2 more sponsors to go through,
Yeah.
but it's nice to meet you. The third sponsor of today's podcast is Simmons Water, a local water company. There it is, Simmons Water. Simmons Water specializes in treating hard well water, city water, and protects your home from harmful contaminants in drinking water. They also specialize in replacing hot water tanks, installing water softeners for commercial and residential, and is highly recommended by the MLO Bros. So check out Simmons Water. I'm going to start using them for since I have a well on my property. I'm going to start using them, and I have hard water.
Do they do? I gotta ask them. I don't know if this is true. Do they do the water jug things or no? Just like commercial residential?
I don't know, but we should hit them up too because our water, my water's bad. I know you're in Poland.
My kids and my wife are addicted to the freaking
So we try and help out all of our sponsors, but going to start using them for local water. And then last but not least is Menchie's in Boardman. Menchie's in Boardman. Go get some froyo. They have plenty of seasonal flavors. That's me and Luke serving up Menchie's.
I'm totally butters.
All kinds of seasonal flavors. I don't know what their spring flavors are, but I'm sure they're starting to get some good ones. We're getting back into the best season, which is summer flavors, which is blueberry, lemon, strawberry, watermelon. Those are the best flavors. Fall flavors are overrated. I don't care what anybody says.
The chocolate. I just go chocolate. I go hardcore chocolate.
Do you? Chocolate marshmallow?
Chocolate marshmallow, the little
cheesecake?
No, brownie stuff, like the brownie stuff, candy bar. It's like a bag of Halloween candy.
They just dump chocolate.
Yeah. Whipped cream syrup.
Makes sense.
And then 20% off if you mention the MLO Bros.
Yes, 20% off at Menchie's in Boardman if you mention the MLO Bros. Locally owned company, awesome family. Go check them out too. And oh my gosh, we have 4 sponsors. I can't believe it.
And Pat's here.
And now,
thanks for coming, man.
Absolutely.
Nice
to meet you.
I'm Luke. That's Isaac. That's Joe over there. This is his place. We just kind of hang out.
Yeah. Make ourselves at home.
Mahoning County Engineer, right?
Yeah.
How long?
14 years.
14 years. All right. So,
and that's an elected position?
Correct.
We learned that last week. I had no idea. So tell us, I guess we'll start with the beginning. Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Struthers.
Okay.
I live in Austintown now.
All right.
Went to YSU. I started at Ohio State, switched majors, came back. YSU, finished engineering.
Partying too much in Ohio State?
No, I just didn't.
That's a legit question.
Good question.
Is that a legit question?
Good question.
I made a kind of a blunder on my financial aid, so I had to come back.
But Youngstown has an awesome engineering
Great
program.
engineering.
It's like known for engineering, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so go
speak closer to that mic.
Yeah,
too.
you gotta
Make sure you're going
sorry,
right into it.
yeah.
You're good.
So then go there, come back. Did you what'd you do before?
I worked private sector.
Okay.
So I was consulting firms, did some construction work, had my own company for a short period. When the big project that really kind of put me on the map was a 7-Eleven connector. So when I moved back from Columbus, I had a kind of a niche with construction stakeout. So
explain it. You got to talk like 6th grade. We're both long.
Yeah, 7th grade understanding.
So did you ever see the tall wooden stakes with like pink ribbon and orange ribbon tied to them?
Yeah.
So those stakes tell the contractors where to dig and how much to dig. You know, a guy doesn't show up with a bulldozer and an excavator and just start pushing dirt and magically you have a highway. So I fortunately had experience in heavy highway work. So when I came back up here, the last surveyors that really did that kind of work was like my predecessor, Dick Marsico, when 680 was built in the 60s.
Yeah.
So most of the people that had that level of experience weren't local. So I was able to get in with one of the larger construction companies and I did a lot of work for them. So that project took a lot of the hair off of my head, but it gave me a lot of experience and exposure in that.
What year was that?
That was 02 is when it started and it ended in 05.
The
7-Eleven connector?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's the one that goes
over by the steel mills off of 422.
Goes around like Valorec to like Girard and around that way. Dude, before that was there, you'd have to go all the way down 680.
No kidding.
That was planned in the 60s and never built.
Oh, really?
They just didn't do it. So they were going to do it when they originally built 680.
Mm-hmm.
Were there like houses and stuff in the way that you guys just bulldoze out of the way, or how's it work?
No, it was all heavily wooded, believe it or not. It surprised me too, just, you know, not being from that part of Youngstown.
Right.
I never went through there. It was a jungle.
Was it like old steel mills and stuff too, or no? Like along the river though.
Down along the river, yeah. So like the storm source started at the river and, you know, you work backwards so you're not fighting water. And then, you know, the highway came through it, connected to 680 and went over the steel mills, you know, by the old LTV steel, which is now V&M or Valorec.
Right. Yeah, dude, it sucked because you would have to go all the way around 680 towards like Canfield, and then get on 80
and then go
north and then come back. I mean, it was
that's
terrible.
tough. That's tough.
Terrible because you couldn't hit 11. It was nasty.
So that was a good
sense.
thing.
Was the trafficant? Is he the one that was pushing for that, or do I remember that right or no?
Honestly, I don't recall because, like I said, it started before I was born.
Right.
Okay. The design was done in the 60s, and then they had to obviously update it and bring it up to standard.
Right.
And then after that project was completed, I got into some oil and gas work with the company I was working for, and that was right before coming to the county.
Okay.
So I was used to kind of high pace. Oil and gas was very rapid, long hours.
Yeah.
You had to move with those guys because it's a big industry. So coming to the county was a little bit of a culture shock for me.
Yeah. So then it's an elected position. So at what point I'm going to run for this? Like, why?
Honestly, it's one of those things that when I first started my career, I didn't know what a county engineer was.
Yeah.
And when I moved back to Columbus after college, I met some of the county engineers and I saw how they were respected and treated in different professional settings. And I, said, geez, maybe one day that's what I want to be.
Yeah.
So coming up, through the ranks and I knew my predecessor and him and I had a very good working relationship. I obviously didn't work for him, but I did work in the county. So I got to know him. I knew some of his family and he was very well respected as well. And oftentimes misunderstood like I am about our job. So like I said, it was just one of those things when it was time.
Yeah,
it was time. And
do you have to be an engineer to run for the position, or can anybody run for it?
No, you have to be both a professional engineer and a professional surveyor.
Really? Professional engineer and survey.
Yeah. So
you have to be.
You have to be. I am one of very few.
You're gonna run. Isaac was gonna try and take you out. No. I literally just told him, "Hey, dumb this down to 6th grade."
I played the sandbox with trucks when I was little.
Hey, we'll do a bring your friend to work.
You can go with him.
Wear a hard hat.
But I'm one of a few elected officials that have actual qualifications.
Yeah.
It's not a popular vote. You
That's
have to
interesting.
be qualified. Similar to like the prosecutor,
Yeah.
Sheriff, you have to have qualifications in order to do this job. So
Interesting.
we're not just the run-of-the-mill popular guy, which
Right.
obviously seeing some of the posts and comments, I'm not always the popular guy. There's a lot of misunderstanding. And
I
a lot
was
of
gonna
blame.
say
You weren't popular when your freaking snowplows took out my mailbox.
Did you hear about it? Did you hear that?
No.
They took out my mailbox this winter. It sucked. And then you guys put like
That'll
a freaking
teach 'em.
toothpick
I'm
freaking
not happy
toothpick
about it.
in as my new mailbox. My grandmother's mailbox got knocked down. Toothpick mailbox to replace it. It's all right.
Let me. Yeah, I mean, so you think about like an engineer position. So you could have your own company, your own job, where you're dealing with like one customer, right?
Yeah.
So he gets elected. You like I thought about this the other day. You get elected, you have literally all of Mahoning County taxpayers as your customer.
Yep.
That's
Blaming you for all the potholes.
yeah, that's rough. I mean, that is rough. So like
Let's go
Yeah.
roles and responsibilities.
yeah, go
That you have and that you don't have that people think you have.
Well, so my role, obviously, I'm in charge of the county roads,
Okay.
county bridges.
pulled some of them up.
There's a big difference that a lot of people don't understand. There's state routes,
Yeah.
county routes, township roads, city roads, village roads. We have no streets within the municipal boundaries, meaning no streets in the cities or in the villages.
So
Yes.
Poland Village.
Most of Poland Village are state routes.
Yeah, right.
Until
like
you get off the main roads, those are village roads. So
Okay.
everybody has their own inventory.
Yeah.
Here, can I list some of these? I'll list some of these roads. Is that good?
Yeah.
Let me list some of these.
So I'm on Green Beaver out the same school South Range is on. And I knew that was a county road because you guys own up to like 10 feet off the road, I think is what it is on either side. South Range wanted to put
Some
in like
road
a ditch.
right
And,
of ways are
Yeah.
wider than others. Some
Yes.
have kind of varying right of way widths depending on
yeah.
historical projects or what have you. But most of the rural county roads are standard width, either 50 foot or 60 foot wide, meaning from the center of the road,
Yes.
25
all
or
the way.
30 is where the right of way is. The public right of way is there for two purposes: the road and utilities and drainage.
Yes.
So example roads: Western Reserve, Tippy, Turner, Truesdale, Hopkins, Berkey, Kirk, North Lima Road, Middletown Road, Unity Road, Bailey Road, Palmyra, Lisbon, a whole bunch.
I'll give you a little bit of information. So we have roughly just under 500 centerline miles of roads. We're the 5th largest county in the state of Ohio
500
with respect to road mileage.
Okay.
Lane miles, that equates to about 1,400 lane miles.
What's a lane mile?
Each lane.
Each lane.
Yeah.
Because you got to, if you're
So if you
plowing,
look
you're
at,
going to
like,
go this way. And
South
then,
Avenue
Wow.
has 5 lanes on it.
Right.
The whole South Avenue is 5 miles long, but there's 5 lanes, so that's 25 lane miles.
Gotcha. Wow. So the bigger roads, so like South Avenue,
South Avenue, Mahoning Avenue, Bailey, those are county roads.
because it's in the township and not the village, right?
Correct.
Because Bourbon Township.
So my role, we represent all the unincorporated areas, and I am the township's engineer. So we'll do courtesy reviews of stormwater plans, like when say a Chick-fil-A or a housing development comes along. We'll review the plans as a courtesy to the township to ensure that all the standards are being met.
That makes sense. So you work closely with the township.
We work very closely with the townships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like
Poland Township, like Eric Ungaro, I talk to him probably 10 times a week on some varying things. But yeah, I communicate a lot with the trustees throughout the county.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because and then also too, your roads are kind of mixed in with some of the other, like the township roads, right?
Yeah, all of our roads are in townships, so their
Right.
roads usually intersect ours at some point.
Right. Because like I'm thinking in Poland where I live, so you have 170,
Mhm.
you have North Lima Road,
Yeah.
and you have Spittler.
Yeah.
And Spittler is a county road, which
Spittler's
you'd
a
think
county
wouldn't
road.
be a
Right.
It's like a little tiny road. You're like,
Yeah.
how is that a county road? It's a county road.
170 is a state route, so
Gotcha.
county road's a through road that starts and stops at an equal.
How many
greater
How
road,
many
if that makes
emails
sense.
or phone calls do you get where somebody's bitching about something
every day?
and then it's like, that's not our road?
Every day that happens. We get with the new Middletown project, for example.
Oh, I was
we got
totally
called-
gonna smoke you on that. I was coming at you, and then it
nonstop.
wasn't you.
That's State Route 170.
Damn it. Yeah.
we got called time
Yeah.
after time about that project. Unfortunately, it's not ours.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
state.
The side roads that are county roads, when there's a project like that going on,
Yeah.
the state is going to control all the detours, just like any project. The locals are going to try to circumvent the detour. The detours are main, purposes to get the deliveries and the trucks to not be running roads they're not supposed to be running.
That was a mess. Did you go into New Middletown when that was like that?
No.
Oh, dude, it was they had it one way. And I felt so bad because I'm friends with the owners of like Ace Hardware over there. And there was that restaurant that went out of business. I felt
the
so
coffee
bad
shop
for
and all
those
that stuff.
people.
Yeah.
So bad for them.
With the snow this last winter, much more snow than we have gotten in the past couple of years. Did you guys just like hire anybody to be snowplow drivers, or
It's
because
always
this
back-
dude,
always go back
this
to his
dude,
mailbox.
this dude murked
Always
He
back.
must not be a
on
fan.
Green Beaver? This dude
Always
murked
back.
like 20 mailboxes.
No, and actually, this winter was a bit challenging because it stayed cold. The big snowstorm that we got was different because it was just nonstop snow.
That was brutal.
Most of the
Look at
time,
that.
it's the snow being cast off the plow that's hitting the mailbox, not the plow itself. If you
Yeah.
think about it, this is a 50,000 pound truck running down the road with a giant steel blade on it.
Yeah,
If he hits your mailbox, that thing's going to be 2 cities down.
dude,
Most of the
launched
time,
it.
it's the.
But it
it's
could be the
snow.
snow coming.
I understand, but like, dude, I tried so hard to clear it so that this guy would have plenty of room. I did that. Just murked.
Yeah, a lot of
it.
time it's just the volume of snow, and if it's wet snow too, it's heavier. That's going to cause more damage. But again, that's a common complaint in the wintertime. It's certainly not deliberate. If it was, you'd have tire tracks in your front yard, and your mailbox would be in Salem.
Right.
Dude,
it launched it pretty good.
You keep talking shit about this guy, you're gonna get plowed in.
It's
You're
just
gonna have,
every year.
You're gonna have like a big pile of snow.
Snowplow driver's going to be going by knocking my mailbox.
We had some interesting complaints this year where people were calling saying your plow truck driver put snow in my driveway. We're plowing the road.
Yeah,
the snow's
and it
being cast
pushes
off.
it.
It's certainly not a deliberate act, and we're
Right.
not going to come out and shovel driveways.
Right.
We're trying to get the roads cleared so people can move and get.
You
in
have
and out of
2
work.
feet of snow in the road. You plow it. You're going to have
The-
4 feet in
The
your driveway.
problem
It just
was,
is
and it
what
was
is.
rough because
That big snowstorm.
yeah,
It was coming down so fast. Our guys actually started at 4:00 in the morning and ran for 16 hours. You run a road.
Yeah.
We have 20 trucks, 500 miles. So each truck has about 25 centerline miles.
Yes.
That's not lane miles.
Yeah.
To cover. So They plow a road in a half hour. You don't even know they were there.
Oh, it was brutal.
Because it was
Yeah.
coming down so
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
They ran 2 days consecutive 16-hour days.
Yeah.
And then a third day to try to clean up.
My guess would be, so like what happened with us is I snowblowed the driveway, and like you said, it was just coming down so hard. Snowblowed it and get like the end all cleared off, but the road wasn't done yet. You know, and I'm in like a development, so it took a little bit longer for them to get there. So I have it all cleaned off, all ready to go. Next morning I go out. There is, from the snow plows, there is a 2-foot solid ice of the snow that they pushed over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, dude, it took Lucas and I everything in us to get that clear.
Yeah, and in old, like I get why they're
that's the
complaining, and I
problem.
get why it stinks.
But
Like,
what are you
if it's
supposed to
if it's
do?
an old timer who just plowed the driveway
Yeah.
the night before, and now there's 2 feet at the end of his drive. But this, like, you got to get the roads
We have
clear
to get
for
the road
ambulances
cleared,
and fire trucks and everything. So
Yeah, I told Lucas, I was like, dude, I got a 15-year-old. I was like, dude, go out there. Those neighbors aren't going to be able to do that. Go help them, and they'll probably chip you $20-$30.
And then what I try and do too is I plow out to the driveway, and then
it didn't work.
And then
it didn't matter.
to try and mitigate the amount of snow they pushed.
I tried that too.
I
There
do
was
the same thing. I'm a little OCD though. I got to see the edges of my driveway when I shovel. That's the engineer in me. But I go up the gutter line.
Are you running like wood stakes down where you're like snow plowing?
No,
to
I
get
know
all
where my
like
stuff is. But now I want to make sure my mailman can get to the mailbox.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
know that
you
also
care about
helps.
your mailman getting your mailbox. What happens when your mailbox isn't there anymore?
I guarantee.
See, if you shovel up the road like you, your mailbox.
I'm just plowing my driveway, shooting snow everywhere. I'm like, man, my snow blower is so awesome. And then just I hit something. I'm like, what am I hitting right now? And then I like go pick it up. It's my mailbox, and I look around, and I just don't have a mailbox anymore.
What road? Yeah. So if you live on a road,
I live in a development too.
His road's
You spoiled.
It's not.
You spoiled neighborhood people. I'm out in the country. And then they're like, "Oh, you can't get mail anymore. You got to come pick it up."
Oh. He's been. Pat, I've had to deal with this for Joe and I have dealt with this for 6 months. or 3 months. I'm just letting you know.
And then
freaking.
Did you install those toothpick mailboxes?
I don't, but we do have people that go out. We install the minimum requirement that the U.S. Postal Service
you guys take a metal stake, you drive it into the ground, and then you take the piece of wood. Doesn't even go into the ground; it sits there. So it's like a freaking weeble wobble.
So there's a minimum.
Look up what the post office minimum requirement is.
Yeah.
And let's think about it. If you have one of them fancy
super nice.
Yeah.
If you have one of them fancy brick mailbox that gets knocked over, could you imagine if we had to go repair them? We wouldn't be doing any projects. No roads, no bridges, no nothing. We'd be fixing mailboxes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Am I allowed to put a reinforced concrete mailbox so that when he clips it next time, it just destroys the plow?
Dude, it's not. There is no. I don't care what you build. If they hit that with that plow, it's going.
It's
down.
Put it 6 feet in the ground, just a concrete tower.
As an engineer, tell him there's no way anything he builds is going to stop that snowplow.
Probably not.
Dude, I mean, you are going to have to go
we'll see.
Titanium concrete bunker stuff.
We'll see.
It'll help from the snow being cast, but again, if the plow's hitting you,
the thing is,
not on
I think what happened. I think the edge of the plow clipped the top corner.
way.
The mailbox is old, and it was starting to lean out into the road. It hit it, and it twisted the top off, and the top went launching.
You are
and then
underestimating the power of the snow.
The post just fell over.
I think we need to send-
but the mailbox itself launched 20 feet.
We need to send you out there
Into
next time.
my-
I want you
into
to
up my
stand by the road. Do you ever see how much snow comes flying off this thing?
Yeah, you want to stand by the road, get hit by the tidal wave of snow?
You'd be dead.
Yeah, I'd be dead.
Let's talk a little bit. So one of the things that people are bitching about right now, we got to do it, is that Western Reserve project.
Yep.
I mean, it is a nasty, nasty, nasty project. Tell us. I mean, there's a whole bunch of layers with this thing. So explain to us the reason why that had to happen.
So this project was actually planned and studied before I even came to the county as the engineer.
14 years ago.
Oh, longer than that.
Really?
Because there were multiple phases of Western Reserve Road that go all the way out by White House Farms.
Yeah.
So Western Reserve Road goes
That's where I live.
across the entire county.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all been studied and planned for decades. And in that area, for example, you had a lot of congestion.
Yeah.
We've got
No
about
kidding.
roughly 18,000 cars a day that run Western Reserve Road.
Yeah, I do it every day.
It's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
What happens when somebody tries to turn left?
It's horrible.
You have a log
it's
jam.
backed up.
That's what happens when you have even number lanes. Somebody going either direction trying to turn left. Imagine if somebody's trying to turn left both ways. the whole
Yeah.
road stops.
Yeah.
So
And then you got the lights.
yes,
got-
and you have growth over there. So you have industry and businesses that are bringing more traffic. So when you have issues like that of congestion and accidents and things of that nature, you start analyzing the major corridor and you come up with a plan to correct that or expand that to, live with what's there.
Right.
And then once you have a plan, then you got to figure out how to pay for it.
Yeah.
So we were fortunate. We got some federal funding
Okay.
that covered a portion of the cost. Federal grants don't typically pay 100% of the projects. On occasion they do, but very rarely. So there's a local match component, which comes out of our operating budget.
Okay.
And then there were multiple delays with that project because of a prior project. So there was a sewer project that went through prior. A lot of people confuse the two. There's two different departments there. Sanitary sewer is one department. The county engineer's road department is another. The sewer project went first. Obviously, if we widen the road and then dug the road up to put a sewer in, you'd be saying, what are you doing, dumbass?
Mm-hmm.
You're digging up a brand new road. So
Right.
we did the deep infrastructure first, installed that.
How long ago was that?
That was in 22.
So 4 years ago. Okay.
That's when they were digging into the.
and they had all the big giant pipes lined off on the side
Correct.
over there in that lot. I remember
So that was
Okay.
a project that was really initiated by the EPA also before I came to the county, prior to 2013.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the EPA basically said the New Middletown treatment plant on Unity Road couldn't send effluent into Honey Creek any longer because of changes to their rules. So the county had to come up with a plan to get all that waste from New Middletown somewhere else. So Boardman is the largest plant the county owns. So they were able to come up with a plan to get that.
Where's the Boardman plant at?
It's off of East Parkside,
Where's East Park? East
off of
Park?
224 and Boardman, close to Mill Creek Golf Course.
Oh, it's we looked at that the one time. It's down to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
left.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember why we were looking at it, but we looked.
I think
at
it was
that.
drone photography or something.
Do you
back
remember?
when
And we
were doing
saw it. We had no idea it was back there. I know right where you're at. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
yeah.
anyway, so that project is multi-phase to bring the waste from the Middletown all the way to Boardman.
Wow. Okay.
So the section from Hitchcock to, we'll say, South Avenue was very critical that we had that sewer project out of the way before the roadway project came. So they had what's called a moving zone. So they worked in sections. They started at Hitchcock and started working east. So in November of 22, they ran pipe and the zone would move.
Yeah.
So
Is it-
even though
remember.
you hear road closure, we didn't close like a half mile of road and everybody's stuck where they're at and can't get in. There's access to everything. Is it an inconvenience and slower? Absolutely. Every construction project is, whether you're changing a stop sign
Right.
or building a super highway, there's
Right.
going to be an inconvenience. There's always advance warnings that go out. We send notices to the media week in advance. There's signboards that are out usually 2 weeks in advance, letting everybody know that's coming through here. Hey, you're not going to be able to drive through it. You can still get around it though.
Right.
So when they were closing they closed the road totally. That was last year, I think. Was
When
that
the road was closed totally, it wasn't the entire road. You just couldn't drive through. That's when we were doing the 14x8 box culvert. That's the big giant like bridge
okay?
that we were building there. And that happened in multiple phases.
Yeah,
There's
that
one over
sucked.
by Sheets.
Right.
There's one over close to Glenwood, and then Sherritt Road was
Right,
closed
because you
itself.
closed
You
the
could-
road. That
you could
sucked.
still kind of get to, like, for example, Sparkle. You could still kind of get to it, but
You had to go
it's
around.
You had to go
still
around.
yeah, and it's still scaring off people because I drive it every day, and I'm talking to my wife, and I'm like, hey, don't go up Western Reserve. Don't forget they have massive construction. You'll be backed up. You'll have to go around it. All that stuff. So it's still, even though you can still get to it, still
Yeah.
scares.
So the
people away.
concern, I guess, the issue, the thought process we had with that whole thing is when you're planing this stuff out, do you consider the local businesses? Because like Sparkle, now the Sparkle thing, they're saying they went out of business because of the construction. There's a whole bunch of other theories on why they went out of
Right.
business.
Yeah, and I'm not here to
Yeah.
right,
try to decipher what happened to it, but it's tough to be in business.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to.
Yeah. But I mean, do you
criticize or
consider
talk
that
about
when
that.
you're
I'll talk
planning?
about-
Do you consider that?
Absolutely, we do.
How do you guys
So
go about that?
you never fully shut off a business. So when we're doing the construction, there's, we're going to redo the entrance drives, the approaches into the businesses.
Yeah.
if they have more than one, we may close one and work on the other, or we'll do them part with. That way you still have access in and out. If there's ever an entrance that's closed and they need to go around, we would have the contractor make signs with the business's name saying, hey, you go here so you can get in. It's still open.
Yeah.
Because there was a few along that corridor at different times that, ran into, hey, you can't go all the way through Western Reserve Road. It's not fully closed, but just at where we're working is. And there's really no magic way to build some of this stuff. We get all the time. Why don't you build it at night, or why don't you do that?
Yeah, that's always a good. Yeah, can you do it at night?
No.
Why not?
Well, number one, it costs more. Number two,
because your employees are hired
it
overtime.
adds a lot of risk. So you can't light an entire project. It's not like paving a highway. You can pave a highway at night because there's not a lot of things in the way. When you're excavating down at night, you can't light that entire trench and see what's down there. How many times are you digging on construction projects and they hit a gas line or a fiber optic line or something that was unforeseen that they didn't know was there from 50 years ago,
right?
Or was just installed wrong 10 years ago and marked incorrectly on a plan. So it adds just an extra element of risk.
Yeah.
And like I said, the cost is tremendous.
Yeah. That makes sense. I never thought.
I didn't think about, because you always see them doing that on highways at night, but there's nothing down there other than highway.
I see it when we go on like vacation.
Yeah.
And it's like a major highway.
But you're dealing with pipes and cables and everything.
Yeah. You look at like I'll use the Turnpike, for example.
Yeah.
They do a lot of night paving or night construction. There's not a lot of utilities running through parallel. They're always off and about.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Cruise the Creek e-bike is commenting, and they say, I believe you testified during the bikeway hearings about road-based bike infrastructure options along Washingtonville Road. County Road 95 is under your jurisdiction. Now that the rail trail option is off the table, is there appetite in your office to formally improve that corridor as the connecting link for the Greenway?
We don't typically build bike paths as a county engineer's office. We're focusing on the road. That's going to be more driven by probably the Metro Parks owner of the bikeway.
Yeah.
If a plan comes to us, we're going to certainly review it and give our best opinion on it. But yeah, we're not going to
make sense.
Go out and design a bikeway.
Mike Firmstones, he comments, give us more roundabouts, Pat.
Is that a complaint?
Here's what Pat, here's what I need you to explain. I need you to break it down for the old timers as to why a roundabout is effective.
It's scientifically proven to be better.
Because I keep telling them, hey, do you enjoy
a question for me, or you?
Because all we do is argue with these people online.
So like what I try and tell them is like, listen, do you ever sit at a red light at 9 o'clock at night and there's nobody in the intersection? And you're like, man, this really sucks. I could just go right now and it wouldn't affect anything. That is where a roundabout comes in beautifully. But I need you to scientifically tell us,
help us
at a 7th grade level, why it makes sense.
So the number one purpose of a roundabout is safety.
Okay.
So if you notice where roundabouts are often built, there were a lot of crashes, oftentimes fatalities.
5 points.
Yes.
5 Points was a major congestion issue plus accidents. Matthews Road, Sheridan Road.
Yes.
Typical four-way intersection. You have a lot of T-bone collisions that oftentimes result in fatalities. Roundabouts drastically reduce the severity of accidents. They're not going to eliminate accidents. They're still going to happen
until somebody launches off the roundabout.
So
Dukes of Hazzard.
You're still going to
see that every now and then.
You'll still have side swipes and rear end collisions, but by having the splitter islands and they redirect traffic, it's intended to slow you down. But as you go in, it eliminates that potential for the T-bone collision, which again, oftentimes results in fatalities. Now, this is something that Federal Highway has studied and supports. ODOT studied and supports. When we look at an intersection, it oftentimes gets presented to us that, hey, this intersection has a problem. There are a lot of crashes, and if there's fatalities, that speeds it up. And unfortunately, sometimes that's how you get funded, when an intersection is failing because of that.
At the install of a roundabout, are there statistically more rear end collisions from the little old lady who doesn't understand what a yield sign means and she stops at the entrance of the roundabout that I've almost hit like 25 times?
You got to be
I just
careful.
brake as hard as I like, because they don't understand that a yield sign does not mean stop. So it's completely empty and they don't go. They just stop completely. Drives me crazy.
I don't know the statistics on that part of it.
Yeah.
What we do know is the number of accidents seems to be actually the 3 active roundabouts in Mahoning County right now are all performing better than federal highway statistics.
Ooh.
So they have drastically dropped the accidents. They also improve air quality. Like you said, you're not stopping and going.
Makes sense.
You're continually moving.
Yeah.
So your car emissions are better.
Yeah.
So air quality,
Yeah.
congestion, safety. But safety is number one, is why roundabouts are considered.
Did you hear that, people? Continually moving. A yield sign does not mean stop. If there's nobody in the roundabout, keep moving.
Wait, there were at 5 Points the other day. No. The one in North Lima.
Dude.
The one in North Lima. I pull up. There is a car in the middle of the circle.
Nice.
Stopped. Stopped in the middle. Wait, letting cars go.
Oh.
And I pull up and they had to be 90.
Yeah, we're never going to fix driver error, but when you're in the circle, you have the right of way. And if you think about it, it's like entering a freeway.
Yeah.
When you're getting on an on-ramp, if there's a car in that lane, it should work almost like a zipper.
Exactly
where
the same thing.
You fall in behind them.
Yeah.
Work
You
that
don't
day.
like, that's what I say too on Facebook when I'm arguing with old people. You don't stop when you're merging onto the highway, do you? You actually speed up. You don't stop. Don't stop
It's
to a
also
yield
like
sign.
the work zones. When you're driving down a highway and you see right lane closed, move over.
Yeah.
These construction zones are all designed. They're in a manual, the Ohio Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices. It has a big, long abbreviation.
That sounds like a book I never read.
OMUTCD. It's almost like it looks like a kid's book because it's got colors and signs. And it's easy to read, but based on speed limit and length, all these traffic zones, construction zones, are established based on criteria. We don't make stuff up.
Yeah.
We don't just wake up and say, hey, I think I'm going to close North Lima Road tomorrow and not
That's
tell
what they
anybody.
think you do. That's what they think you do. I didn't get enough votes in North Lima. I am going to screw these people.
These
Oh,
roundabouts, I don't know about roundabouts. I don't like them, and they don't work.
They do work.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I had this discussion 2 weeks ago in Jackson Township with a gentleman just adamantly opposed to them. He drives truck. They do work. Whether you're for them or against them, they do work.
Yeah.
Why don't you like?
them or
Why
not,
don't you like that? Well,
because
why don't they
new.
work?
It's
Because
new.
it's
It's
they're not used to it. Yeah.
But you look in Columbus, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
You look in
Europe,
Trumbull County,
Europe,
they have the
everywhere.
diverging diamond. I mean, people were freaking out over that. They work. That's
Right.
why ODOT and Federal Highway implement these type of improvements because they work.
Truck drivers probably don't like them because they rip through them and then they flip their
But
truck.
here's another misunderstanding about roundabouts. Everybody calls it the brick. You notice the stamped concrete in the middle?
Yeah.
That's a truck apron. It has a rolled curb. It's not quite as high as a
that
normal
makes it
6-inch curb.
true.
So the back wheels, like a school bus, doesn't articulate.
Yeah.
It's got one of the worst turning radius of
Right.
a vehicle. When we opened Matthew Sheridan, we had a fire truck and a school bus come through to show people that it is big enough.
Yeah.
It may not seem it to the
Yeah.
Monday morning quarterback, but they are big enough. They're designed and they're simulated in the design.
So I'm allowed to drive up on those?
It's not a lane. If you go through in a truck, your back tires will hit it.
I don't know. My Nissan Sentra's got a pretty big turning radius.
Good luck.
Hey, Pat, if you ever have a new roundabout coming in and you're taking heat, you call us because we will defend that.
We do.
I, as someone who lived in Poland and I have to go down West Reserve through 5 Points, right? From where I used to have to go through work. It was terrible. If you're going towards, what is that? Towards 170 before that roundabout, you would be backed up past the fireplace all the way back.
Oh,
up,
yeah.
almost
It would
to
back
680
up almost to
sometimes.
680.
Yeah. Now there's no stopping.
Right.
You're playing through.
Yeah.
I will fight.
Driver
this till the
error
end
is
of
the
time.
worst part about
But
it.
that's
honestly.
rare.
Yeah.
I think at this
Right.
point.
It's getting better as time
Where-
goes on. Because
Where's he going?
I have to go somewhere real good.
Can't believe he's leaving.
Is BJ
Don't take it personal. BJ's got you.
I'll fill in for him. Don't worry.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say freaking BJ, but if he left, dude, we're gonna
Just-
lock that door and take over.
You know another common complaint that we get.
Okay.
I pay all these taxes. Why isn't my road done? Or I pay all these taxes.
Why are there so many
you're
potholes?
wasting it here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain how every county engineer in the state of Ohio is funded.
Okay.
Gas tax
Perfect.
or license plates. We get no property tax.
You were the one when I renew my license plates.
That's right. It's all me.
Son of a bitch.
So you're going to love this. Our license plate fees have been maxed out since 1991. So county engineers have the ability to receive 3 $5 permissive fees. They were implemented in 1988 and the other 2 in 1991. So those 3 permissive fees have been maxed out since the 90s. Gas tax is a flat number. It was increased in 2019 by 10 cents.
I remember
So
that.
the total gas tax in Ohio is 38.5 cents. So let's say 40 cents a gallon, regardless of if it's $2 a gallon gas or $10 a gallon gas. We get the same amount.
So you don't get a budget from the commissioners then?
No, commissioners don't give us money. We're not general fund.
Huh.
We are solely funded by gas and license plates. Now, Mahoning County is one of 4 counties in the state that have a dedicated sales tax, a 0.25% sales tax here for infrastructure. We were successful in getting that passed a couple years ago. It's up for renewal this May. And actually part of the monies in the Western Reserve Road project came from the sales tax because of the inflationary increase due to delays in just time. We were able to offset our local share by, covering the gap in funding with that.
I have a question for you. Go ahead. Luke.
Let me go real fast. So you get the gas tax, you get the license plates, and then you said sale. Like, is it who determines the amount from the sales tax? Is
The
it
sales tax is based on what people buy, and 35 to 40% of the sales tax in Mahoning County is generated by out of county residents that come here to shop, eat, do whatever. So our budget has been relatively stagnant for several decades. In 2003, our revenue was 11.3 million. Last year was 13.8 million.
So
that averages about 1% a year. It's not keeping up with inflation.
Do you like or dislike e-vehicles then? Do you drive a Tesla?
I do not.
Because
if it were up to me,
he's got it. You have a truck.
Yeah, I did.
He's got to have.
If it were up to me, everybody would have a 1985 Suburban buying gas.
No, because that's what I was going to say. Do you make less money off e-vehicles even though their renewal's more expensive?
So let me get to that.
Driving a Suburban.
1985
the more
Suburban.
efficient vehicles, that is hurting every county engineer in Ohio. So one thing people don't understand about the gas tax, it's divided evenly amongst every county. So the state gas tax is collected. 11% of the gas tax goes to the county engineers. That 11% is divided by 88. So I'm going to give you a little math.
So you're not making.
We're going to do a little math here,
right? Okay,
so,
right. Wow, that's different.
40 cents a gallon, rounded up, is the state gas tax. If you buy 20 gallons a week, $8 is your state gas tax. What's 11% of 8? 88 cents.
Okay.
Wow.
Divide that by 88. I get a penny. When you buy 20 gallons of gas, Mahoning County gets a penny.
Yeah.
Wow.
He hates me in my Nissan
Every
Sentra.
county gets a
just
penny.
running up on his
Do you
roundabouts.
get any money of?
Get a Prius.
Yeah. Did you get any? So Joe drives around in his yuppie
in his
Tesla. Like he has to pay extra fees. Do you get any of those extra fees?
We do not. We are.
That's bullshit. That's
the
bullshit.
increase in license plate fees does not come to us.
Oh,
that goes to the state.
Bastards.
yeah. I just paid you. My birthday's in April. I just paid you a little bit.
Like
of
I
money.
said, our plate fees have been maxed out since 90.
No kidding.
So the state. Okay. So the state. This
Yeah.
is why I hate them.
Yeah.
So the state, you get paid through the gas tax. The state says, "Oh, these EV vehicles, we're losing money," but they're really taking it away from them.
Which goes
But
to
they're heavier too. So
Yeah,
Oh, they said they
what
mess
a
up the
bunch of
roads more.
pricks.
Well, and-
God,
yeah.
they're so.
you live in the country, so
Yeah.
your road was never engineered. Your road was a farm to market road that grew in the 50s and 60s when asphalt came to life.
Yeah.
So basically, there's asphalt on top of mud. The outer 3 or 4 feet of the road, you'll see failure.
Constantly.
The middle of the road is solid. That's
Yeah.
where the buggy path was. That was gravel.
Yeah.
So a lot of our county roads were never engineered. Obviously, South Avenue, Mahoning Avenue,
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
those were engineered, like Western Reserve Road. Those are engineered roads that can handle heavier loads. The rural county roads weren't.
Constantly.
That
fail.
makes sense.
Totally makes sense.
Mark Senefani says, my family owned the store at 5 Points in 1985. The county told my dad he would have to move his sign because they were widening Western Reserve Road the following year. That was 40 years ago. It's still not done. Welcome to government, Mark. Welcome to government.
The red tape.
Joe left because he just opened his new NikI email.
Yeah.
NikI
gotta-
Frenchko
he's gotta go
email.
home
Yeah,
right now.
Ginnetti doesn't get the Tito's fault blame. ODOT mess with Midlothian.
He spelled my name wrong.
It's dude. Yeah, there's 2 N's, 2
Two N's,
T's.
two
I figured
T's,
that out
yeah.
when we were looking at that. Where's the
For what?
the right one. I just want to go through some of the comments and see what we got here for fun. Fun fact: Pat is a top 10. You're a top 10 scorer at Struthers.
Basketball?
Are you a basketball player?
I was, but I don't think I was top 10.
He was a top 10. Did you score a lot?
Did you score over
Were you
1,000?
pretty good?
When I was a junior, I did better than when I was a senior.
Why?
It's
What
hard to
happened?
shoot from the bench.
Did you get benched your senior year?
5'8". Come on.
Maybe you're a little. You
I
got
had,
some
a, I had a
handles.
good shot. I could shoot a
Yeah, I was
three-pointer
gonna
pretty
say, maybe you
well.
got some
The
handles.
three-pointer came out when I was in high
Yeah.
school, but
Oh, look at we got some. Somebody likes you here. Oh, it's that Denny Furman. He's somebody.
Pat
He's
is the
a
best
trustee.
engineer
Trustee
that
that's
we
it.
have had in Mahoning County. If it were not for him, our roads would look like Iran. Oh my God.
Fair enough.
We have paved more roads with the sales tax in 1 year than we could have done in 5 years without it. And 35% of this tax paid by out of county residents. Great guy.
You just said that.
Denny, we do have, you are proof that Mahoning County
He's
people
a,
do
where's
watch.
he a trustee at? He's a
Berlin.
Trustees do watch our show.
Yep. Give me more roundabout. We said there. You got to have a concrete mailbox reinforced with rebar and I-beams. I still think a truck would take that.
I'm going to build a freaking bunker mailbox.
Mike Firm says, hi, Pat. Keep up the great work, Pat. We appreciate all you do. Pat is a huge advocate for the county and is a township supporter. Rebecca, Coatesville trustee, checking in. Look at all these trustees. You got some fans with the trustees.
Well, again, we work hand in hand with all the trustees. Again, we by law, we're their engineer. So the more we can do for the trustees, it helps them because townships have limited budgets as well.
Trustees.
Bob
In
Napoli.
the
Oh, here we go.
chat.
Here's a complaint. I want to know why I called and reached out to you 3 times and you never responded back to me concerning the West Reserve construction. One time you had somebody from your office call me. He was the owner of, or is the owner of, Mr. Darby's.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I could tell you, I know the 2 dates he called last April. I was at a national conference. I wasn't even in the office. And when we got back, my chief deputy engineer did call him and have a conversation with him. They want us to take barrels down when they were building the drop right lane off of Market Street.
Yes.
Can't do that during construction. And there was still access into the business. So
Yeah.
again, I'm not gonna get into a
not
he
into
said, she said.
Yeah. So
Right.
you're gonna definitely run into stuff with business owners.
Oh, absolutely. We always do.
And probably people like some of the driveways along West Reserve, because that was that's a residential area.
To be fair, you go on the website and you see your beautiful picture up there and then the phone number right before it. And I try and call it. I'm expecting to talk to the guy.
Did you
the
talk
picture.
to anybody when you called?
No. So I posted on Facebook, and then people who are my clients through real estate, Agoni or Agnon or whatever his name is, he's like, hey man, I'll put you on the list. Your mailbox is good.
You probably made the post and like, Jesus, get this guy a mailbox.
Like,
and because 6 months later, you're still complaining about it.
Sir, in this beautiful picture, I need you to come out personally and replace my mailbox.
We were trying to get Gino DeFabio to do it. He wouldn't come out and do his mailbox.
I want Gino to do it.
Any information on the old ITAM building near Mahoning and Meridian? Been in a state of unfinished redevelopment for years now. Is that
Unfortunately, no. The ITM building's obviously a private building. We don't go off right of way. So, like you said, the width of the road, that's our limits. So anything like that on a private
not gonna have anything
thing like that, unless somebody's going to come in and redevelop that. But that's
Right.
also in the city of Youngstown.
Right.
So Meridian Road is a split jurisdictional road where one side's Youngstown, one side is township. which is
So
us.
on Green Beaver by the school, right?
Right.
So you go up my road towards the school. The softball fields, what these people were doing at South Range is on Green Beaver, they were parking on the berm
Of the county road. Right.
rather than parking in because it's right next to the
'Cause they
baseball
didn't
field.
wanna
They
walk.
get out of their
Yeah.
car and go to the baseball field. But it was freaking so dangerous driving up and down my road
people
because
fly
there were
down that
50
road.
cars
Yeah, right,
and then
yeah.
kids are ripping down the road and I'm like I walk that road every day. So they were parking on the berm. And what the school was trying to tell people is, hey, don't park on that. Don't park there. Walk from this. And people were like, we don't care. Then they were getting into an issue because since they were right on the berm, it's a county road. And the county extends out. So the school's like, I can't tell them not to park there because it's a county road and they own all the way over. So what did South Range do to fix it?
I know what they did. They put up giant rocks.
They were going to put up giant rocks.
They didn't do it?
No, they dug a ditch.
Did they really?
I was
Did
like,
you guys think
woo!
if the ditch is in the right of way, we probably dug it.
You approved it.
Yeah.
They had to go through the county to approve this ditch, and they dug a ditch.
So then that
and I'm
way
out
they
there
could-
cheering on the guys. I'm like, let's go! And then all the people had to walk, and they were all pissed. And then they made another parking lot back by
That's what they need to do in the corner.
in the
over there.
corner
Yeah.
for
We get a lot of calls from
handicap.
schools about, today every parent drops their kid off at the front door. So you have
Yeah.
a lot of congestion.
Yeah.
And some of the schools that are on county roads, they're
Yeah.
calling us saying, you have to do something. It's backing up. Unfortunately, that's not a county engineer issue. That's a school ingress and egress
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
It's not us turning our back on anybody. That's just how it is.
You got to
Right.
handle the road.
We handle the road itself.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
And if they're backing up into the road, that's an ingress egress thing. Again, when I grew up, we took the bus. There'd be 20 kids at the bus stop.
My
No
boys
parents
take the
brought
bus.
you to work. If your parents brought
Dude,
you to
I'm
work,
not
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
I'm not. I don't know how these parents bring their kids to school. There is no way I'm bringing my kids to school. Get on the freaking bus and
Right.
leave me alone.
Well, the other issue at South Range was to get to the softball fields and baseball fields. It was only grass. So you're really going to struggle in a wheelchair or a walker to walk all the way down there.
There was no.
So
sign.
I was
That
like,
makes
can we
sense.
raise money for like a little,
Sidewalk.
like a pathway
Yeah,
from the school,
that's a good idea.
asphalt pathway to the.
Yeah.
So then what they did instead, which is much smarter and cheaper, is they built like a little tiny parking lot over there so that you
Yeah.
could park
Good.
if you're handicapped.
I like it. I have a question for you, actually, that popped into my head here. The flooding in Boardman, does that have anything to do with you guys?
We're not a flooding agency.
So it's a different agency, though.
Well, again, we're a road department. All our pipes under the road are to move water from A to B. If there's a pipe going under the road, that means before the road was built, there was probably a creek or a channel. So we want to keep that water moving in that same
So
direction.
you wouldn't deal with the flooding directly, then?
Not directly, no. We try to assist the townships, especially when we review stormwater plans to make sure
Right.
any development, whether it's a postage stamp or a giant housing development, that they're following all the stormwater criteria
Right.
to
Huh.
ensure that they're not causing additional flooding.
That makes sense.
Yeah, just
I
keep
was
it
part of-
flowing.
Part of the
Again,
big
it's like-
box culvert that was installed on Western Reserve Road is going to help alleviate some of that high water that was at the intersection, like where Westgate Pizza, that plaza
Yeah.
there, the gas
Dude, it
station.
floods like crazy.
Yeah.
So
All
a
those
lot of that-
corners, all four of those
a lot of
corners.
that should be corrected now
Yeah.
with the drainage work that was done as
Yes.
part
God,
of the
that
project.
sucks.
See,
that
so
corner
there's
There's
sucks.
$3 million of drainage work
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that project.
That's why they dig and then they'll dig again.
There's
and then they'll dig
two
again.
things that I thought he was responsible for, and he was. I thought 170 and then
See,
the flooding.
ladies and gentlemen, are we
Poor guy.
idiots? Are we idiots? Yes.
Poor guy.
But listen, we bring smart people on
Poor guy.
so that they can explain things to you, the people.
Poor guy.
And we do provide some type of value. I learned something today. I don't know if you did. I learned something.
I was in Club South or whatever that was. It was an old gym in Boardman.
Okay.
It's
a
kind of
racquetball club.
what's that?
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
remember the racket?
Yeah.
But it was by the skate zone.
Okay.
In Boardman. It was
Yeah.
to the left.
Yeah.
I was in there.
You were
And
a
it
big
was-
racquetball guy?
No, it was not right. I was lifting. and all of it was in the basement.
Okay.
So all the weightlifting, the pools. I was in there when we got it was like 20 inches of rain within like 2 hours. It was some historic flooding.
Yeah.
I'm in there lifting and I look up and there is a wall of water
Yeah.
against the windows, against the doors,
Really?
and flooding the pool, mud. Like
Yeah.
everybody's running out, dude. That board, that has been an issue.
As
for
an engineer,
years.
did Boardman have plans in place for water,
There's
like
no
mitigating
way.
the water, or were they just like, no, we're just gonna ignore
Well, let's
it,
back
screw
up.
it?
Boardman's a concrete jungle.
Yes,
It's
correct.
gigantic. And a lot of Boardman was built prior to the current regulations. So
Yeah. Yes.
as time goes on, regulations adapt
Tightened.
and change.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't necessarily say tighten, but yeah,
Okay.
they're there. They look at things a lot differently now,
Mm.
the bigger agencies.
Right.
So a lot of Boardman was built prior to
Yeah.
regulation. The Captain Obvious comment we get all the time is, well, make the pipes bigger. Well, if it was that easy, we would have done it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have had to
Right.
go to engineering school or surveying school. It
Yeah.
would have just been, hey, let's just make it
A
bigger.
perfect example of that is like with Lake Newport and all the drainage and stuff into the park that's gross and nasty. If they just would have planned for that, it would have been so much nicer.
You
If
look
they
back
just
to-
would have planned
yeah.
for that.
look at when a lot of the infrastructure in this area was built, in the steel mill days.
Right.
Back
Right.
then, they just made it work. They didn't.
They didn't care about
Right
the
in,
environment.
right into the Mahoning.
Just get it out
Right,
of here.
right into the Mahoning.
Steel, baby.
Yeah.
That's all we care about.
Downstream, they're going
Right.
to worry about it. It's
We don't
fine.
care about these chemicals.
Yeah. Yeah.
We always ask, people will make that comment, we'll make the pipes bigger. Well, how big do we make them? We had that big storm a few years ago where they got 4 inches of rain in an hour.
Right.
And
There's only
Country
so
Fair
much.
and Boardman had 5
dude,
feet
that
of
was
water.
crazy.
So do we design it for 4 inches? Yeah. Well, then what if we get 5 inches?
Right.
Well, now the pipe's not big enough. So do we make it bigger again?
Yeah.
You don't design for the extremes. You design for averages. And again, these aren't Pat's rules. These are standard guidelines.
Isn't
and
it like-
industry standards that we follow?
I've heard the term like a once in 100-year storm. It can withstand up to once in 100-year storm or once
The
in a
floodplain.
That's a
300
misunderstanding. The 100-year
Yeah.
storm is a 1% storm.
Okay.
So it's not that it happens once every 100 years.
It's just a 1%.
If we could predict
chance.
that, I'm going to play the lottery as soon as I leave here. But
Right.
no, it's not that
it's just
easy.
1% chance.
It's a 1% chance. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and usually the intensity is greater. And obviously we've had a lot more 100-year storms in the past. I mean, I think we had one the other night. I heard it beating my house.
Dude, the thunder and lightning was insane.
I was in my truck going to play basketball. I was going to play basketball.
Yeah.
The hail was like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, it's going to break my windshield.
Yeah, it was
scary.
so
Yeah. You play basketball too?
I still play. Yeah, I'm old.
He's in South Range Hall of Fame too.
I am pretty good. I'm still dropping 30 points a game. Leave me alone.
I didn't know that was a school when I was in high school.
What's
South Range?
I didn't know it was even a high school.
Yeah, well, you're a Struthers guy. You guys.
Would you guys have like 5 people back then?
It was a different time back then. How old are you?
54.
Yeah, see, I'm 48. He's super young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a different time though. Like Struthers to me, so I went to North Like South Range. It was like another world. Now everything's more connected.
Struthers and Camel were like the Ohio State, Michigan back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was? When did it
a
become Poland
awesome
then?
rivalry.
When did you
That was
guys
way
start
after
battling
me.
Poland?
Yeah, like 98, 90s. But,
That was probably in the later
Yeah.
90s.
The Struthers, you guys were fighting the Greeks up in Camel, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
The Greeks.
Mike Firm says this, Pat, did you know that if you make the pipes bigger, we wouldn't have these problems? Look at Firmstone's picture.
And Matt says, I got a pipe for you.
There we go. Hey, man.
Ayo. And look at his profile picture. Jesus.
Matt, we don't need your 1-inch pipe, buddy. Pat, feed the seagulls in front of Hobby Lobby just to feel like he's at the beach. Why? Do you know who Firmstone is?
Does this guy not work?
No, I don't think he does.
Doesn't. Or is that gentle on the age conversation? Dude, I mean, shoot, Stephanie, back in the 60s, she was big time cheerleader, I think.
Yeah, in the
60s,
60s?
60s. I'm pretty sure
She
it
was,
was 60s.
she was a smoke show back in the 60s, too.
60s, back
Yeah.
in the 60s. She's gonna murder you.
Yeah, I know she is.
Didn't she date? She dated
One of the Kennedys, I think.
Wow,
Wasn't
we
it
got off
Chicago
topic
Bulls.
here.
Wasn't she with? Did she?
Sorry, we have to get back on topic.
Sorry. Just I have to take
We
my
have a
shots at
professional
Stephanie.
guest.
I'm gonna clear up another
Yeah,
misconception.
please do.
On our federally funded projects, the federal government doesn't give us a check. They certainly don't give us a box of money. When we have federally funded projects and the contractor's doing work, they send the invoice to us. We approve it, send it to ODOT, and ODOT is like the agent for Federal Highway. They pay them directly. We never touch the money. So a lot of people think we get this money and it sits in an account and we gain interest and we can do whatever we want. I wish.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. The federal projects, they pay the bill directly.
So are you picking? This is kind of different here, but are you picking the different companies that do the different projects, or like is there bidding, or how does that work?
We don't pick. Everything's publicly bid. There's a lot of layers. So any project that we do, we don't just close our eyes and throw a dart at the map and say, "Oh, I think we're
Are
going to
you
build
taking
this
the cheap?
road."
Are you taking the cheapest one every time?
It's lowest and best. It's
Do you have
not
any
all
like
the
no
time.
fly list people that like if they absolutely butcher one, we don't use them again?
There's qualifications that have to be met. ODOT pre-qualifications of certain contractors.
Yeah.
Some can't get bonded for certain size projects, but if there's a contractor that didn't perform well, they may
Thank
not be
God.
permitted to bid work
They're
for a
blacklist.
period or
Yeah.
things like that. But we're engineers. We overthink and overanalyze and study everything to death.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then it goes out for bid. And then we have a private company that does material testing to make sure it meets spec. We have a private company that does construction administration and inspection to make sure the contractor's building it per plan. So there's a lot of layers of checks and balances.
Yeah. So you're not going out there giving your buddies at some company all the bids or anything
it's
like
not
that.
me out there building it, and it's not me out there saying, "Oh, I think you're a cool guy. I'm going to give you a $20 million project."
Right.
There's rules and regulations.
It's not like back in the 60s where you're giving, hey, Pat, I got this envelope here. Why don't you give me a job?
Our paycheck's even electronic. I mean, there's not even.
I'll tell you what, unless
Mrs. Schuster made you a cake, you might want to open that up if you give me that project.
Yeah, that's the freaking snowplow guy I got.
so there's checks and balances.
Maybe if there was cupcakes on the snow.
Yeah.
I would start doing something.
A little better.
Yeah.
No, that certainly wasn't intentional.
No,
I'm
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Stephanie just said murder is on the table.
Firmstone says, I hope this guy orders enough salt for the roads this year. Is that you? Do you order the salt for the roads?
We do order the salt.
Oh, nice.
And this year we had an issue getting the salt. It wasn't.
I remember seeing an article
companies.
about
Trucking companies did great. This was a statewide problem. The mine wasn't releasing the salt. I don't know what the real story was, if they weren't producing it, if they had labor shortages.
Right.
You know, there's been, after COVID, it seems like the whole world has gone upside down.
Well, there were a couple years where there wasn't that much snow, so they probably didn't have to produce as much, and it hurt them. And then this year comes and like, what do we do? Freaking out.
No. So what we do, we get one shot at ordering salt, and we're actually getting ready to put our bid in here in the next couple weeks to the next month. We bid on how many tons we're going to buy, and then May, June, the state tells us what the price is. So we don't know how much we're going to pay.
Wow. You're bidding before you know the price?
Mark my word, it's going to be more expensive this year than this last winter. But so the salt mines knew in May of last year how many tons they needed to produce, because we are held on the state contract. We have to buy at least 90% of what we order. So if I order 10,000 tons, I have to buy a minimum of 9,000. I can go up to 110,000.
So when you make when you
crazy.
bid that out and you come up with that number, did you short yourself because you thought this year was going to be like the past 5 years?
No, we didn't short ourselves at all. We again, engineers, we overthink.
Yeah.
We look at every year. We try to predict what the winter's going to be like. We're very consistent in our purchasing.
Yeah.
It wasn't being delivered. And if you look in the newspaper or the stories for that period, this was happening across the state.
Yeah.
Whether you were in Greene County, whether you're in Mahoning County, whether you're in Gallia County. Yeah. We were all having issues. Every agency getting salt.
That's crazy.
We had plenty on order. It just wasn't getting here quick enough. And the trucking company, they were trying to make sure the small communities had enough. It was just a delivery issue.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Pat is a huge supporter of Shilltown Farms.
What's that?
Do you do you support Shilltown Farms?
I do.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I do.
That guy's awesome.
You should really go to Shilltown Farms.
I buy a hog from him and sweet corn and
do you really?
Things, yeah.
Does he live on a county road?
He does.
He probably didn't destroy his MLO.
Still fact. A bunch of municipalities around Cleveland couldn't get it. Yeah, so it was definitely, there were articles about
that. Yeah,
and
the mine is in Cleveland. And they couldn't get it.
So, is that the one that goes under the lake?
Yes.
Right? I remember that.
That's cool.
There's dude, watch videos of it. It's crazy.
Rusty Hollow Mudworks.
Yeah, there you go. Rusty Hollow. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're at 10:30 already. Anything else you want to get off your chest while you're here?
Yeah, let the people know.
Complain about people. Complain about anybody.
Now, unfortunately, it's a complaint-driven department.
Yeah,
we obviously can't be everywhere all the time. But
are the potholes your fault?
That's a great that. Are the guys standing there drinking coffee all the time your fault?
What about when there's like 6 dudes standing above one guy shoveling in a ditch, and you're like, "What are you guys doing?" As you're driving by on Western Reserve, like, "Hey, why don't you guys get in that hole and help them?"
Well, if we have one guy shoveling in a ditch and we don't have an excavator out there, I'm going to pull over and say, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, do they ever
where's the machine?
Like, are they all like sitting there drinking? It's got to be like Pat, like, "Oh guys,
yeah."
It's the engineers. They like all freak out.
I'm gonna drive by and scream his name out the window and see it. Like, he's coming. He's right behind me. Get back to work.
I do drive the roads a lot, and I do see the guys a lot. So yeah, they know I'm out there.
They get scared of the truck.
No, dude.
They start doing something. Pick up a shovel.
Grabbing a shovel. Well, I'm happy. I mean, I've been happy with our road conditions. You know what I mean? The county stuff. I've learned. This has been good. Like, even just research. I had no idea some of the stuff. Like I said, so
cool.
That's not uncommon. A lot of people are misunderstood about how we're funded, what we do, what our jobs are.
Right.
And I'll be honest, if it wasn't for the 0.25% sales tax we had, our roads would not be in the condition they're in right now.
Right.
We have
Denny said, please support the fourth.
really been
4%.
fortunate that the public supported that. I don't have the ability or the authority to raise taxes. I'm a county engineer. I'm not
Right.
a legislator. So
Are you worried about that tax?
Absolutely, I am, because every community in the county will go backwards very quickly. Our infrastructure will deteriorate so fast because we've been able to do about 50 miles a year paving for the last 3 years. So with 500 miles of road, we need to stay on top of that.
Right.
You know, with our budget, like I said, being 13 and some odd change $1 million for, you know, so many years, that doesn't go very far when you look at the grand scheme of things. All the pieces and parts of our operation, you know, a plow truck costs $260,000.
Yeah. Wow. So what happens if that sales tax fails?
If it fails in May, we can put it back on the ballot in November and try again. If it fails, though, there's going to be a gap in funding, and a lot of our projects may get postponed or canceled. And our paving program is certainly going to decline very quickly.
And you know, the people that vote no on that, if it ever did fail, they'd be the first one bitching about potholes. You just know it. You just know.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those, you know, necessary evils. We need money to fix things, and I've said this: if I took our entire operating budget, got rid of everybody, including me, I couldn't fix everything.
Yeah.
$13 million isn't going to fix 500 miles of roads and 300 bridges.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Wow.
Not even close.
Denny Furman says, please support the 1/4% sales tax this May. Mike Firmstone says, I got to run. See you for Sunday sauce.
I think you have a stalker.
The Sunday gravy. And then Desiree, I don't know if they're making fun of you or they know you, but they said, thank you, Mr. Ginnetti. Great episode. Your mom is also wonderful. Thank you, MLOs, for having me.
My mom was wonderful. She passed away in 24 right before Thanksgiving at 93 and a half. Great lady, raised 8 kids.
8 kids?
Yeah, I'm the 7th of 8 kids.
Wow. 8. We have 4 in
Big
our
Italian family. Catholic Italian.
Wow. 8 kids.
Patricia said, my dentist and other small businesses are located next to Chick-fil-A in Austintown. Because of the location of the Meyer stoplight, it's almost impossible to get in and out.
So that's one thing. We moved the stop bar back to enable people, if they're heading westbound, get in the left turn lane that goes into Chick-fil-A to be able to enter that facility. Coming the other direction, obviously you're turning right. You don't have any issues. But again, that's a driver error issue. When you see the stop bar, stop at the stop bar. If you pull up underneath the light, that's not going to make it turn green any faster.
Right.
A lot of times the lights are either do you ever see the rectangle?
Yeah,
in the
you
road, looks
get
like a
you
wire?
get in that.
That's a loop detector. You got to be on top of that to trigger the light.
I've gone by those before, and then I've put it in reverse.
Or the newer lights, you'll see like the camera. It's not a camera. It's more detecting. It's like a laser detecting the car. So the people that pull up under the light, thinking the closer they get, the faster it's going to turn. That's not doing anything.
My wife always yells at me for that, for like slowly moving up into the lane.
And also on the freeway, the left lane is for passing, not to drive 50.
Oh,
get them. Get them.
Oh, good Lord. Yes. All right. Well, let's Pat's got to go do some roads or something like that.
Anything else you guys need, just call.
Yeah.
I'm always willing to come on and help hopefully clear the air and educate people on how, things actually happen. It's not random. We don't do things without a lot of thought, and there's a lot of people that look at these plans. We don't just make stuff up.
Right. Yeah, we'll have you. If we ever hear anything, we'll let you know. Like I said, because people love to come to us bitch about stuff. So if we hear anything, we'll let you know.
Yeah, and if you guys ever have food, let me know.
Dude,
obviously, you don't get a face like this without eating.
Right?
I'm in.
We like to eat. You got to get him on with Jeremy's. Jeremy Youngstown
I'm a
Pizza
bread,
does it.
pasta, and pizza eater, man.
Yeah, heck yeah.
All right, so before let's kick him out of here.
Yeah,
and then we'll
kick him out.
Yeah, let him go work, and then
right,
hold on. We're gonna go over stuff before everybody else.
We should pause. We're gonna take his cell phone number in case.
Like TV,
No.
Right,
go ahead.
Hey, thanks for that.
Thanks for coming. D just said F your mailbox, Isaac. All right, thanks a lot for coming on, man. Everybody, Pat Ginnetti, everybody, round of applause. Thank you for coming on.
See you later.
We'll see you later. Kick you out of here, and then we'll not keep it. We do this.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks,
we appreciate you commenting. We appreciate Nikki calling at the start of the podcast. If you have not already, we have like 90 people in here. Before you leave, give us a like. Go down below me and hit the little like button, a little heart or whatever on your way out. We appreciate it. Share this show if you found it interesting, and spread there was actually some knowledge
Dude, it
in
was
this
great.
podcast today.
That was
So-
great.
So let the people in the Mahoning County know that there's some really good information in here, and share this podcast. Also, MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. We are loan officers. We are real estate agents. If you need to buy a house, selling your house, we love to use this platform to help you do that. Also,
New product that we have.
Go ahead.
Where if you are, we have a bridge loan product, and we also have a product that will basically, if you're selling your house first, it will remove the contingency.
Yeah.
So then that way you can buy your house and
Buy
move
a
out.
house,
It's
basically
really,
with
really
cash.
cool. I'm gonna
Carter Stone says Isaac was funny today, Luke. How do you feel about it? And say, Carter, our name is spelled ISAAC, 2 A's, not 2 S's, but I got you. D says, chill out, Luke. Stop flexing. Denny says, one of your best shows. That was a good guest. He was very knowledgeable, and he rolled with the punches well.
He did.
He was like Joe. He was
kind of pulled us
quieter.
back.
He was quieter. He was smarter.
And he pulled us back.
I
Yep.
love people like him, though,
Yep.
because he's real quiet. And if I can get it, he doesn't have to laugh. He just has to smile,
Yeah.
because he doesn't really show much. But if I can get him to laugh,
Yeah.
I know I said something
Yeah,
funny.
pull. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was pulling us back. We were talking
Yeah.
about Stephanie being in the 60s.
Messing with introverts is one of my favorite
Yeah.
things on the planet today.
You should get Denny on. Denny?
Denny Malloy.
Denny who? Denny?
Carter, don't blame spell check. You spelled my name wrong. Blame spell check.
All right. I don't know who you're
These
talking
are
about. Denny Malloy.
Denny
who?
Furman, the guy above.
Oh, Denny
Yeah.
Furman.
Denny from West Branch.
No, not from West Branch. Berlin.
Berlin.
He's a township.
Isn't that the same as West Branch? Isn't West Branch in Berlin? Or no? Am I
I don't
crazy?
think so. Wait, is West Branch in Berlin? We could just talk about that for a half
What do you
hour.
think Joe's doing right now?
He's pooping.
He's got his lotion out. He's got the
He's
NikI
looking at
Frenchko.
Nikki's. He's in the
OnlyFans up.
Tesla looking at Nikki's
Yeah.
Facebook. Nikki's
He's like, I just got through on my mom's
West
account.
Branch is Beloit. Thank you. Dude, he is totally in his Tesla right now. He's got it on the screen in there
Yeah.
looking at the page.
No, it's not.
um,
Still gave. I know, Carter.
and
I'm just
then-
messing with you, buddy. I appreciate it.
And then, so tentatively on next Tuesday at 9:30, NikI Frenchko will be
BJ's in
here.
the back room, and he's like, "There's no way she shows up."
9:30 tentatively. Dude, she sounded like
If
she wanted to.
shows up, I will be.
We have a little bit of a torrid relationship with her.
I'm,
show I've watched.
I'm wearing it. I'm gonna wear
Thank you.
a crop top to help support the channel.
NikI Frenchko comes on here. We might have all of Mahoning and Trumbull County watching.
I am gonna wear something tight.
That might be a record breaker there. Berlin Center, Western Reserve Schools. There you go.
Western Reserve.
There you go. So, all right, everybody,
Cool.
listen again. Jesus Christ.
Next week, baby.
Tuesday,
Next week.
9:00.
I'm going shirtless.
If she doesn't come in, I will dress up as NikI Frenchko and act like her the entire podcast.
I'm
How
not
does
wearing
that
a
sound?
shirt next week.
So, all right, everybody, we'll see you guys. Remember, mortgages, realtor stuff. Give us a call. We can
Also, Youngstown Studio. If you want to start your own podcast, come down here. We'll get you in contact with Joe. You can do your own podcast about whatever you want to do live in downtown Youngstown, just like this. You can sit down in these chairs and do whatever you want with your own podcast. Just
OnlyFans.
call.
You do an live OnlyFans.
You think BJ will film an OnlyFans?
BJ,
Like, film if somebody wants to do an OnlyFans. You think they'll let it
BJ, if we
happen?
wanted to do an
In
OnlyFans
the
for a
back
fee,
room, in the
dude,
back
they
room.
have like a porn studio back.
Yeah, dude.
BJ, would you film us? Not the porn. That's kind of weird. Brother on brother stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no. But I'll do some cam work, like just me on camera, back room
Just
with that
me
velvet
on
curtain,
camera.
with that velvet curtain behind.
And this is where everybody stops.
Donate $25, and I'll
You-
take $25. I'll take my shirt off.
BJ would totally film that for.
Yeah, it's just me, and a camera in between me and BJ.
Jesus.
Okay, bye, everybody. See ya.
Oh, good God, I don't know. How
Thank
to...
you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. This is original Youngstown content. Feel free to share our videos and tell your friends about us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook.